I hope.
Gotcha.
Here we go. And hello, everyone, and welcome to L&L Diamond Painting. I'm Lee,
I'm Lenore.
and I screwed up the set. You screwed up the start.
Yep. Oh well, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, that's okay. So I screwed it up anyway. So anyway, hello, everyone, and welcome to the live. Here we are once again. We made it through a weekend.
Yeah.
I say that because we were actually out on the beach ride, which didn't turn out to be much.
No.
But at least I found the beach.
Yeah.
But StreamYard has been having issues lately, so every time I turned around, it was saying, oops, something went wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't know how, I haven't looked at it, because I hate to hear myself talk. So I don't know how much of it went through and how much didn't. So there we go. Matter of fact, it did it to us in this live. I started to do something and went, oh, something went wrong. Try again. Hello, Sarah Ann. Welcome in.
Yeah.
How are you doing today? And how are you, Carrie Lynn Leonard, who is also here?
Yes. Both here. And
yes.
Both here. Aren't we wonderful?
Aren't we just super califragilistically?
Expialidocious.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. You know.
Oh.
So anyway, well, if it's just going to be the four of us, I don't know what the heck's going on. Tammy is running late, it seems. She said she was going to be here, but she was doing some filming. So she may be here, she may not. She knows how to get in. Well, that's good to hear, Carrie.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
We are doing fairly well.
We went to doctors today.
Yep. Our numbers seem to be pretty good. My sugars are a little high.
Mine aren't.
Hers are really good.
And I lost 5 more pounds.
Yes, and that's what they're concerned about, because she's losing, not rapidly, but she's losing more weight than she should be given the time frame.
Yeah.
Hey, Christopher, welcome in.
Yeah, hi, Christopher.
It was funny because I was trying to get the Dexcom sensors, and there was a big miscommunication and screw up and whatnot. So I finally get the Dexcom sensors, and the receiver fell between the cushions of the love seat. Can't get them. Don't know where they went. They're not on the floor. They didn't fall straight through.
Tipped it over with, oh my goodness.
Yeah. I've cut holes in it in the bottom. You know, to try and see if, well, maybe it's under here. No such luck. So when I was talking to the doctor this morning. It was an afternoon appointment.
He was there, really.
Anyway, when I was talking to the doctor, she said, well, can't you do it on your phone? And it dawned on me, the booklet says that there is an app for the Dexcom G7 that I can do all the checking on my phone. So after this live, I'm going to grab the book and see how to put it on my phone so that I can have all the information I need.
Yeah, she wasn't too happy with me. Like I said, I lost 5 pounds. So
Quick wave to Holly.
Hi, Holly. And I had my eye stuff yesterday.
Yep.
Cleaned out the lens that I have in the eye from.
Yeah, the retinal lens, whatever it is.
That I had cataracts. I'm just waiting for it to finish clearing up. My sight's already better than it was before. So that's a positive thing.
So it's all pretty much positive. Although she said to me that you do know that your sugars your A1C went from 5.7 to 7.4 or something stretch out like that, which 7.4 is still a little high, but better than I'm used to. And she says, do you know that you were at 300 when you had the blood sugar tested, when we had the blood draw?
That's high.
I said, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Didn't you feel anything? And nope. My sugars go low, I don't feel anything. My sugars go high, I don't feel anything. You know,
I can't understand that because when I was having problems and
like
because
today.
when I was having problems with my sugars, which I wasn't, I didn't have problems with my sugars.
What did you have to do when you came before you came out of the store because you were so busy? Because your sugar dropped. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, if you would shut up and let me finish my.
No.
I'm going to hit him.
No, you never let me finish. Why should I let you finish?
You are going to pay. You won't know when, and you won't know what till it happens. But anyways, I always knew when my sugars were too high or too low. He doesn't know at all. I don't understand it.
Nope, no clue. I have also come to determine that all of this that I do when I'm alive is all a nervous tick. I don't know why, because I'm not nervous when I rub my nose.
I know
you know, this kind of thing. You know, because I don't do it that often any other time. I will once in a while, but you know, at first I thought it was just my mustache hair curling up. But no, I do it so it's always on the live. I'm doing it forever. But such is life. But yeah, overall, our news from the doctors is all good.
Except she's going to kill me if I don't get the tests. And
Yes.
He needs to have them now. So
Me
we'll
too.
Go together. Lucky us.
Yeah, we get to go to the same place to do similar tests.
Yep.
I have to have a CAT scan done.
So do I.
She has to have a CAT scan done and a boob squish.
Isn't it a boob squish?
Yeah, I don't need a boob squish.
Because I have that little cancer problem that has her worry. Weight, not feeling hungry. Blah, blah.
Hello, Kat. Hopefully you're doing well this week because we got to get those meetings into place.
You just interrupted my talk.
Sorry.
It should be.
What were you saying?
I don't know, and I don't care anymore. I won't say anything. I'll sit here and be quiet.
I knew I'd get you to crack up. Watch out, you're going to shake your laptop right off your lap. Anyway, not on Wednesday, Sarah, not on Wednesday. Ooh, cute. And what do you mean, Holly, that you're not going to post your last video?
Hello, diamonds and doxies.
Hello, diamonds and nutsies. Where are you? I don't see you.
You're blind.
Am I on? No, I'm not on that though. Yeah, hold on a minute. I'm having technical difficulties here.
He just got my technical difficulties straightened out. Because it also recorded the sound. Oh, you don't want to share the sound of you falling with us? God. Did you hurt yourself too much?
Yeah, but that would be half the fun of it, Holly.
That would be you. Would think it would be half the fun of it.
It's like, oops, I fell. Sorry, guys. Just keep on going. I can imagine you do, because apparently, for what you told me, it was a hell of a stumble. She takes nature walks. Those of you that don't know, Holly does have a channel, which is the same as the screen name here, Holly's Art Nature Roams. And she took a tumble while she was out on the property, going to the nature walk. So that's what we're talking about. And I urge you to go check it out too, by the way. It's a neat channel. I don't have the link right with me. Actually, what I should do is, hold on a second here, Holly.
Sure.
It's Tammy.
Hi.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I'm late.
That's okay.
Hey, anytime you need to
Sorry,
be late.
sorry. Uh, I was filming and I tried to hurry. I'm sorry. Hi, Dad.
Not a problem when you do what you need to do. It's what's best for you.
That's right.
No, I tried not to
Hold
be.
on.
Hi, Dad. Leanne, I came to your live. I didn't comment that I did come to your live. I didn't do the stay for all of it. I had some things to do that I did come.
Uh-huh. Well, welcome in nonetheless. Diamond painting with NMD Tammy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I tried not to be late. I'm late.
That's all right.
So how's it doing, everybody?
Oh, we just went over our doctor's appointment. You missed what all that news was.
I'll rewind it. I'll go back. I did it from you personally.
We didn't have any special news. Everything went well.
Well, good. Wait,
My daughter would kill
well,
me.
good.
Where's the case for this?
Yeah. Our little doctor, our little tiny doctor, this little bitty thing, will kill her if she doesn't go get her tests done. Probably. Yep, there she is. She has been modded.
Oh. I'm sorry, Holly. I know about falling.
Oh, yes, you all do.
I did it over the trip and the
We'll
wheel
stop.
stop in the drugstore about a year ago. Not fun.
I smurfed you.
It's not too-
Holly,
oh, I didn't-
so that she could, if she wanted to add the link to her channel, she could add the link to her own channel.
Who?
Holly,
Oh, I thought you meant. All right, Terry Liam, we can talk. I'm a little busy tonight, though, but I can talk maybe tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna leave the film off first because I'm gonna eat while I hang.
not to worry.
Been a busy day.
That's okay. You've been, busy doing your thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she said she was going to show up.
Oh.
She had some things to do.
What?
It's a delay between us.
Oh, that's
So even though your camera shuts down, mine doesn't necessarily shut down right away.
Thank
Go
you
ahead.
very much. You're so-
Now, as I said earlier, I did not pay attention to our drive live. I didn't go back to it because I do not like listening to myself. But so I don't know if it was just the camera that failed or if it was the whole live that failed. So somebody will have to tell me. Hello, Judith.
Hi, Judith.
Polly, don't dare. You know how much you love going out there.
Hi, Judith.
Know how much you love going out there. Don't you dare stop doing that.
What happened to the drive?
Oh, nothing. Kept saying, something went wrong. Please try again.
Who's bad?
You know, I'd go about 50 feet. I'd go about 50 feet, and it would cut out.
Mm.
What happened? Then we find the beach, and then we can't find the camera.
Or the line.
On the live.
What's he talking about?
Everybody's
Yeah.
having,
That day you were driving.
Oh, you'll have to set up with that with her today, Sarah. You know, all you people that get lucky and drive to meet somebody. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get it on the road today.
oh,
Yeah. Most likely. You're going to be on the road in a day or two, aren't you?
So, who?
You.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Next Tuesday. I did the retreat next week.
Well, and yes, I am jealous. So what?
Why?
Hell, everybody else is going to get to meet Tammy before me.
Oh,
Your guys will come. I told you it'll come.
What do you mean interfere with her drive?
Huh?
Sister and in Florida.
Sarah said she didn't want to interfere with her drive.
so am I. I'm so happy Timmy's going too.
Yes, we are. We're both happy.
You do that.
Plus, because I don't get to meet her.
Oh, Lord.
Your sister,
You don't get to yet.
your sister's in Florida right now.
It doesn't matter. I should have been the first one of everybody.
He is jealous, Tam.
I know that you're good at me. My sister flew in. She's in Florida right now. Then she'll come home and take me to Ohio.
Uh-huh.
She'll be
Meeting
done.
your sister is not the same.
What?
I said, meeting your sister, if I was to meet your sister, it wouldn't be the same as meeting you. Although I could plot with her so that when she gets home,
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
you can't fly.
you don't think I'd do such a thing?
You would.
Oh, I can imagine it was, Holly. But at least you didn't fall to the point where you lost consciousness. So what else is everyone up to?
no good, I hope.
Yeah, no, really. I want to find out about what shenanigans go on at BLE with Tammy there. That is true. That is true, Kat. That is absolutely true. I want to be able to mess with her in public.
But he's not going to, because I'm not getting around him. He'll unplug my chair.
Yeah, huh? Yeah, I will. I'll get to your chair and I'll unplug it.
Worry, I'll pick him in the shop.
Or I'll disconnect the drive so that it's not unplugged. You can't tell that you can't use it until you go to put it in gear.
How'd you put that over there? Now?
You're not going to unplug my chair.
There's just one switch.
Awful.
In the shoes, what good is that going to do?
I told you.
Probably because I won't feel a damn thing. I didn't do it again this week.
What?
40 minutes there.
Oh, well, stop moving. I know, you can't.
Yeah, my mother used to call me a perpetual motion machine. My mother was not right.
Mother was always right.
No. But anyway, let's see. What have we got going on? We've got the two events at the end of the year that if we don't get moving and have our meetings on a more regular basis, we're not going to have too many sponsors.
When I don't have
See that anymore.
that. I know.
Well, it's been ridiculous because, and not in a bad way. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's not like people are deliberately avoiding meetings. Life happens. I got sick. Tammy had something going on. Kat had something going on. You know, all family issues, and those are much more important. But it just so happens that couldn't have the meetings because of it. You know. But
Yeah, it's in the way.
I'm trying. My chair, I don't know if you hear it, but my chair squeaks.
And he can't sit still.
And I'm not one for sitting still. Could force myself to.
Well,
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
There, now I can't rock.
mhm.
Well, I can't rock so you can hear it.
Uh-huh.
It still can move, though.
Well, that's so sad.
Yeah, see, now this is my nervous tick. You're nervous tick every time we're on a line. You start yawning all over the place.
I don't know the place anyway.
I know, it's still the same thing. You actually don't yawn as much. Well, that's just the initial shock, Holly. You know?
I'm glad you're okay, Holly.
Hell, when I crushed my finger, I couldn't move it.
Oh.
Couldn't move my hand. It's like, what do I do next? I'm just sort of sitting there dumbfounded. Crushed my finger between two boulders. So much fun.
Wasn't
No, it wasn't. It was a very dumb thing to do, actually.
How'd you do that?
Well, my grandparents' house in Connecticut, the house that where they lived was on the side of a, not really a mountain, but, you know, an incline, like a mountain. And they were about halfway up. And on the backside of their property, they had their own garden that they had been having for years until they got too old to take care of it. And they have those natural stone walls, you know, the ones that are just sort of like pieced together.
Uh-huh.
And me and my cousins were playing around, and we were pushing the boulders, and they were boulders, down the side of the hill and watching them roll down the bottom of the hill. But at one point, one of them stopped, and I went to push another one into it to watch them roll down together. The problem is I didn't realize just how close they were together. And when I pushed, I didn't pull my hand back fast enough. And I
Ow.
crushed my index finger, which on the one that I was pushing had a sharp edge. On the one that I was pushing it into had a flat edge.
That's it.
So I ended up with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
7 stitches. And they had to shave the bone down in order to close it properly.
Ow.
So, yeah, it was definitely an ouch. And the funny thing is, I bawled more over that than I did when the dog bit my face off.
Here.
It bit a good section of my face off, right there. I don't care. Section is gone forever. He actually literally pulled the skin together and stitched it up that way. I've had a dog bite my face off about that big. Doctor said another 1/8 of an inch and he would have taken my eyeball with it. Dog would have, you know.
What kind of dog?
German Shepherd.
What did that you?
I was about 2 or 3 years old, and I had a little play school saw.
Yeah.
And we had just got done watching a magic show, including sawing the assistant in half and putting her back together. So this dog became my assistant. Unfortunately, I was too young to understand the rules of the dog.
Sure.
They told me, don't go near, don't let him, or they told my parents, don't let him go near the dog because the dog does not kill children, except for, his own family. And I went up to the dog, and I'm petting the dog, and I've got this little play school saw, and I'm pretending to cut him in half. And the dog's growling at me. Clue number one. The dog, I keep sawing, the dog continues to growl at me. Clue number two. Finally, the dog said, screw that, if you won't listen, I'll teach you. And took off the side of my face.
Sure.
My father saw what happened, and he ran down after me, grabbed me on the run. Hey, so they grabbed me on the run, tucked me up under his arm. You'd have thought he was a football player, and I was a football. My mother grabs 2 or 3 tissues, takes the chunk of skin, like I said, it was about that big, roughly, and wraps it up in the tissue paper and brings it to the emergency room with my father. Meanwhile, I'm over there going, what's all the fuss about? In my head. I mean, like I said, I was 2 or 3 years old. I wasn't saying much. But I'm sure in my head, I was just, they said I was just looking around like that, and he's checking out my face, and my mother turned around, unwraps the chunk of skin, and looks at the doctor, the doctor, the emergency room doctor, says, oh, we won't need that, wraps it up, throws it in the trash. Takes my face, closes it up, stitches it up, and says, okay, and gives them the directions on how to take care of it and all of that, and off I go. And I turn around, and to this day, here I am, 63. I'll be 64 in October. 63 years old, and underneath the mustache on this corner, would be a little tiny scar, and then up around the eye somewhere, you really have to look really, really close to see it. But is what's left over, what's left from the scar from that particular thing. So, as far as to be horrific, I couldn't tell you. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see the dog's head snapping towards me. I didn't see the skin flap on the ground.
Let's see me.
That was Uncle Tommy's dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, Lord.
But Kennedy, Dad's brother.
yes.
So yeah, didn't see anything. So I couldn't figure out what the hell the story was.
You're lucky.
I've had glass up through my head. That was playing army with my cousins. at a family reunion.
You want a bright kid, were you?
Last, well, no, this wasn't my fault. We were playing Army, and I was playing a dead man. And I had my head held back, and at the time I had really long hair. I had hair down to my shoulder, back when it was straight. And it had a lot of static in my hair. And they're dragging me across because it was an indoor thing. It was in a large gym because we had nowhere else to put it, to do it, because we have such a large family. They were dragging me across the floor. My hair was dangling down and running along the floor. And apparently, it picked up that piece of glass that had broken from somebody's glass. They dropped it up into the back of my head.
Ow.
Loads of fun.
Yeah.
You know, so I was not a non-clumsy kid. I was also a stupid kid. Yeah.
Right?
I probably about 8 or 10 years old. Around there. About the same age as when I scraped my face off on gravel. Told you about that one though, Tammy.
You were a bright kid.
Huh?
You were a very bright kid.
Well, it wasn't so much. Most of it wasn't bright. Wasn't a better being bright. Like the glass through my hair was not from being stupid. It was from not knowing there was glass on the floor.
The dog was dumb.
God was stupid. The rock was semi-stupid, more klutzy than stupid. And the gravel was thinking that I could do more than what I could.
That was dumb.
Because for those of you that don't know that story, I'm grossing everybody out now. For those that don't know that story, when we lived in Lynn, we lived behind a set of railroad tracks. And the railroad tracks were elevated. Okay, so the elevation from the tracks down to the street had gravel, good sized pieces of gravel all down the side, and we were in a hurry to get home. So I said, rather than ride the tracks down to the end of, where the street was, and then coming back, that hill was right on our street. So I said, well, I'm just going to ride down the gravel.
Mhm.
So I rode down the gravel, and of course, my wheels came skipping from underneath me. The bike went down. This is a bicycle, by the way, because I wasn't that old. It's not a motorcycle. The bicycle went down, and I went down with the bicycle and slid face first along the gravel. So I can't remember if it was my right or my left, but from here all the way down to my chin was all scraped up.
What the other face?
You can't tell me about it. And I mean, I had scabs for weeks. All one thing, Uh-huh.
It's
So much fun. Well, if you really want to recount stupid accidents, a lot of you know those pole fences, the ones that have the pole on the top, the pole on the bottom, and then the round pole that holds it together. That's in the ground. I like to jump over one of those. And instead of actually putting my hand on the support pole, I put it on the cross pole. When I did that, the whole of my body weight snapped the pole. So down I went. And I cut this side of my eye up at just underneath the eyebrow.
You were walking disaster.
Smack into the pavement, which is why I don't like anything anywhere near my eyes, because I actually still have my eyes open when I hit the pavement. and I cut hair. The doctor's like, "Oh no, we got to put a few stitches in it, or you're gonna have a really big scar." I said, "I don't care. You are not stitching that eye. You want to put a butterfly on it? That's fine." So, he says, "Well, we'd have to get your mother's permission." I said, "She's right here." He looked at her and he said, "Well, if that's what he wants, no scar, or very, very little." Mama, 3 boys here. Hello, Melanie. It's a boy thing.
Yeah.
Can't tell you how many times the boys needed stitches and first aid. I'm here laughing at Lee's adventures. But yeah, anytime you scrape your face or do anything to your head,
Lucky to be alive.
huh?
I said you're lucky to be alive.
Technically, yeah, because I also hit a steel pole with a cement center at about 5 miles an hour on a snow sled. Head first. Right down the center. All I got was a mild concussion. So if somebody ever tells you that I don't have a hard head, you can tell them, "Oh, yes, he does." The sled itself, I wish I had pictures of it. The sled itself was snapped in two. The metal cross frame at the top was bent in. That hit the center piece of wood, and it slit that center piece of wood all the way down the length of it, and curved the sled runners inward, so they were touching one another. That's how hard I hit that hole. Yeah. Well, I didn't break and bend my wrist on that. When I broke my wrist, it was actually a work accident. So that one I can't blame on these.
Stupid.
No, wasn't stupid. I did, however, was riding a bike and didn't realize that somebody had jury rigged the bike seat. So when I stood up and was pedaling, when I went to sit back down, I had a little bit of a surprise. Took like this for about 2 days.
Oh, Lord. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't do anything like that, Sarah. No, not me. Mm-mm. Well, I didn't really put any holes in walls per se. But as far as my being a klutz, yeah, you could say that. I told you to say it, so
I've always been I trip over a line in the cement.
in the Toolman Taylor. Okay. Oh no, I've got all kinds of injuries and stitches, and luckily I've only broken 1 bone. Well, no, I can't say that now. I've broken 3 bones. 1 wrist and 2 on my feet. One of them in my foot I didn't even know for a year and a half later. Because they told the doctor, Dr. Ray looked at it and says, you actually broke 2. I went, no, as far as I know, I only broke the 1 in my foot. I broke the 4th and 5th metatarsal. In other words, the 4th and 5th toe bone. And that, like her, was from tripping over a wheel stop. Back when I was trying to stop traffic from coming in so the helicopter could land. Up at the hospital, yep. We always had a helicopter, a med flight coming in from somewhere to pick up patients
gonna
and
say
bring
pick
them to
up.
Tampa.
Yes.
We didn't have the facilities to bring them in. We only had the facilities to be able to take them out.
If you did emergency stuff.
Yep. Exactly.
You had some residential boys now.
Well, hey, at least something stopped them. You know,
Oh, Lordy dude.
at least something stopped them.
Mm-hmm.
In my case, you know, it was funny. I was just telling Lenore this morning that for some reason or other last night I kept thinking about the layout of my childhood home. And I can remember every detail of that house. One of the details, because it had an apartment on the first floor, you know, a small one-bedroom apartment on the first floor. And of course, the second floor was where we lived. And going up the stairs at the end of the stairwell is a sort of an L-shaped stairwell. And at the end of the long run was those little wooden bollards, I think they call them, at the top on the top of the rail. And I would constantly slide down those railings as a little kid. Constantly. Never had a problem. Until once. When I wasn't paying attention, and I was laying too far forward, and I ran smack dab into one of them. Yeah, it did a little bit. You know, just ever so slightly. Definitely put tears to my eyes right away. Because it did not hit me in the butt. So you can imagine from there.
Yes.
Tammy, stop laughing at me. I see you over there laughing at me. Tammy.
I was reading something, I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. But you weren't laughing at me because you didn't even pay attention to me.
I was reading something, not listening, I'm sorry.
Like I said, you were reading something was more important than my life, and you decided to pay
I'm
attention.
trying to edit.
Huh?
I'm trying to edit. I was editing my video. Something's not working, and I'm trying to make it work, and it won't work.
That's about the size of it, Belly. You know, only at that point in time, I did not yet.
Sorry, I wasn't listening at that moment.
Oh, Lord.
All right, show off.
What?
Cat, you're being a show off. She's speaking French. I'll say to you, like I say to everybody else that speaks to me in a foreign language, stop swearing at me. I used to do that to people at the South End. Yeah, because they were all, you know, the cleaning staff was all Hispanic. And they'd be speaking Spanish to each other in their laundry room and whatnot. And I'd walk in, and they'd be speaking Spanish. And I said, "Hey, all right, now stop swearing stop swearing at me. Stop talking about me." And they all used to go, "We're not. I know. I'm kidding. It's okay." It took them quite a while to realize that, you know, I'm just nuts. Until every now and then they would swear at me. But at least they had the decency to tell me. You know? Uh-huh. Yeah, except for the fact that it's murdy. I don't know if there is such a word called murdy even in French. I know that's not how it's pronounced, so don't even climb all over me there, Melanie. I was so bad gonna prank you on this last whipping chat, Melanie. I was so tempted. I was gonna take one of the goo bottles and have like plastic over the top.
Yeah.
And then tip and let it fall on the paper.
What?
Melanie, you know how Melanie hates when I have my goo on my painting? You always think I'm gonna spill it.
He break his hands off before he's supposed to do. You should know that.
You teach on her. Don't teach on the nail.
And I was going to wrap plastic wrap around the top of it. And before you could tell that there was anything on there, I was going to tip it over and let it fall on the canvas with an almost full bottle.
In every language, you hear swearing.
Yeah, I know. I'm here swearing without the use of the internet.
That's cool.
Come on, Melanie. You know I love picking on you. Almost as much as I love picking on Tammy.
Don't teach on the nail. I love my nail.
I don't pick on her just like I pick on Lenore and just like I pick on you.
I wish somebody to pick on you.
Oh, like Cindy doesn't? Cindy Bennett throws me under the bus every chance she gets. Don't you applaud?
Yeah, I will.
For that matter, Melanie also gets on me. Don't you applaud? Damn it.
Oh.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it. No, no, it's fun. Yeah, I mean, what fun is picking on somebody if they don't pay it back? You know? If you're talking to us, Tammy, then we can't hear you. But no, you can't pick on.
Chloe told me. I'm sorry. Hold on.
If
In Florida, I gotta talk to her. Hold on 1 minute.
go right ahead. Goodbye. Have fun.
I'll see that dork.
But no, it's not fun to pick on people if they don't pick back. I mean, that's like having a battle of wits with an unarmed individual. That is no fun at all. Because every chance Tammy gets, she gets even with me. Same with Melanie, same with Cindy. Sometimes Kat. Once in a while, you do too. The problem is when you get even with me, I just come right back and get you again. Hey, we can have fun, you know? What fun is it if you don't? Of course, I got the damn laptop so up into my face that you can't see me. That's what happens when you go in blind. So I'm gonna try that other place you were talking about too, by the way.
Yes.
I was so sorry for this. Yeah, I know. But exactly, Kat. Exactly. Especially when Tammy turns around and completely ignores us. Goes and does her own thing even though she's on camera.
Hey, listen, my child called. So, yeah, I did. My child came first, dude.
You did not give birth to any child.
Don't even go there with me, Lee. That's one thing that I will just fight you to the death. I raised your kid.
Oh, I know she prepares my food, Melanie, but she loves it. She loves food so much she would never mess with it. So I don't have to worry.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
So I know.
Yes, you do. You wouldn't destroy any of your
I would destroy it.
cookings.
I
You
was
might destroy the Burger King or the McDonald's, but
kitchen
you're
towel.
gonna make a difference anyway. What, Tammy?
I said I put kitchen powder in your food.
Okay.
Who?
I don't know.
Oh,
You know anything?
she's not talking to me. I thought Mom was talking to me.
Who are you talking to?
Mom, I thought Mom was talking to me. She wasn't.
Oh, see that? That's what you get when you assume. That's make an ass out of you and me.
I'm the only human in the house, so she must be talking to the dog.
And how could your mom be talking to you if you're the only human in the house?
The dog?
Are you sure the dog is not a human?
I talked to my dog, dude.
Yeah, but you said your mother was talking. You thought your mother was talking to you, and she's not in the house.
No, Mom's in the house, but I thought she was.
You
Sure.
said you were the only. You just got saying you were the only human in the house.
Other than my mother. Would you talk to your audience, please? My favorite, I'm gonna smack him.
I'll be worried if one day you food is my face.
Special plate. Yes, I know. All of a sudden, I'll start getting disposable plates. You know? I'll look in a barrel outside, and there'll be all kinds of burned plates. It's like, nope, the evidence is in there, honest.
Would be all gone.
Oh, Melanie, what am I going to do with you?
Nothing if you're smart. But she,
What do you mean nothing?
but she'll get you.
No, she won't. She's off in La La Land, wherever the hell she is. She ain't gonna get me. Ain't no way I'm ever going to a retreat, so she won't get me that way.
You never know.
No. Just
But that's okay. One of these days, I'm waiting for somebody to knock on the door and say, "You remember me?" Never. And how am I going to do that, Kat? As I've always said, we are so broke we can't afford to pay attention, and we have 2 cats that we can't leave here.
How long will
Ontario? Where the hell is Ontario?
what?
On Trio. She said she's called Ontario. I've never heard of an Ontario or an Ontario.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, well, you still need 2 forms of ID and a passport.
That's scary.
It's all right. I knew what you were talking about, Melanie, but I still got to give you shit. Come on now. But no, you kidding me? If I had the money for us to be able to do a travel, that's the first thing I'd do. Okay, where do you live now? What city do you live in? I don't even care about the address. What city do you live in? We'll meet you in your city. Travel all around the world, visiting all the people in the community, and then some. And if several people lived in the same general vicinity, we'd meet up at one place. I'd rent the room, like the part of the dining hall, and say, okay, we're having a little private party right here, and we'd all diamond paint in that little dining room. It's a diamond painting luncheon. That's what we'd have. We'd have a diamond painting luncheon. We'd have tables set up all the way around the outer walls so that we could have a buffet style luncheon, and we'd have tables set up in the center so that everybody could have their diamond paintings there, and we'd have diamond painting lunch, serve yourself luncheon. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It would be different.
It would be.
Never going to happen, but it would be different,
It would be different if it happened.
Uh-huh. See, now you got me on, damn it. But actually, that's not a half bad idea, though. If you have a bunch of people in the same area,
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be, Kat. But yeah, if you have a bunch of people in the same area, just because Denny's has little places that you can actually, for multiple people in a party, they actually can close it off so that you can have a little private party there. Have 10, 15 people there and just do a buffet style. Or a Bob Evans might have something you could do similar with.
I like Bob Evans.
Yeah, so do we.
One right across the street. You don't get to go there though.
Yeah. We have a Bob Evans, a Denny's, what's the other one? Popeyes, all in the same block. You're in the same section. Come off the highway, you go into 1, 2, or 3. Popeyes is more of a Kentucky Fried type of place. I don't mind Popeyes. But yeah, it still would be. It would still be a cool thing to have. And cheap too, relatively. Well, that's true. But that's why I said relatively. Yep. Huh? Oh yeah. Normality is a relative reality.
There it is.
And the reason normality is a relative reality is because what's real to you is normal to you. However, what's real to you is not necessarily real to me. So therefore, it's not necessarily normal to me.
What are you saying?
And that's why I have 2 other keychains that said certified crazy person and why be normal. So yes, I do have certified crazy person. No, I said certified crazy.
You're crazy.
But that's not weird. Nope, not to me. It's normal to me, so therefore it's not weird. Ditzy.
I'm telling you, it's traveling.
She is traveling, but according to what I saw, she is still having a lot.
I thought you said she wasn't, and I thought you said she wasn't.
Wait a minute, let me just double check. Maybe it's on another day. When I saw something come up there. Let me just do a quick check. That is if it comes up, because my computer is being a putz. YouTube, come on. Here we go. Well, there's Crafting with Shay. She's on tomorrow. At 8 p.m. Come on, Ditsy, where are you? So I can.
Sarah, always.
Oh, maybe he is. I just know somebody is. For some reason or other, my computer doesn't want to give up my information.
Paul's doing live. Paul's doing the live alone.
Ah. Well, I knew that Ditsy's Diamond Den was having a live. That's all I knew.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
but it's under Ditsy's Diamond Den, so that's why I said Ditsy's having a live.
Mm-hmm. I forgot.
Ah, my brother just lost connection to my microphone. Doesn't matter because my microphone is muted anyway.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't like to, I go
yeah.
off the microphone on the phone, so I shut off the microphone on the computer.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Kat. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. So yes, after our live tonight, we will have Paul. We all got to keep him company, you know. Well, I'll be out in the living room, so meh. Ah,
Nobody.
I have no idea. My computer's going cuckoo on me. Well, that's because of the damn finger pad. I hate that thing. No, I don't have anywhere to really put it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hope everyone has been well this week, even though nobody answered when we asked the first time. Carrie.
Yes.
At least Carrie answered us. So I'm going to assume that everybody else had a good week. Seeing as nobody wants to vent to us.
I wouldn't want to vent to us either.
Why?
I don't.
Hey, Cindy. Well, it's good thing. See, there you go. Cindy's doing great.
Great.
That's always good to hear, Cindy. And Carrie's getting her stitches out on Thursday, I believe she said, for her
Yeah,
hand surgery, which is also good news.
it's excellent news.
I don't remember anybody saying anything about any great or good news they had.
No.
We had all of our great news about our medical numbers, our blood numbers and whatnot, and the fact that I could use my phone, which I will do as soon as I charge up the phone.
Yeah, that would be good.
And I can only assume that everybody else is doing fine.
Okay.
Please remember to hit the like button if you are here for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Please hit the subscribe button.
I forgot to hit it. I'm sorry. I'll do that right now.
And just remember, if Tammy does decide to ever leave early, I have been starting to instruct her on how to
Leave Tammy alone.
hit leave chat, not end.
Want me to hit him, Tam?
No. No.
Yeah.
You're not willing to on me.
Oh, so bad.
She is the sweetheart. I love her to death. Yes, I pick on her a lot.
Yeah, you only pick on people that you love.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's why I don't pick on you all that much.
I don't like you.
Well, you haven't for a long time.
Oh.
Shoot. Oh, now she's going to face away from me.
That's right.
Yeah,
No.
that's good about Christopher.
It was an accident, dude.
I know that. I was just about to tell people that until I got off on picking on Lenore.
Christopher. I'm picking on Christopher because he's just like you.
Tammy, like the running joke with Tammy and I is she likes to take over my life. She doesn't really take over the live, but every time she's left early so far, instead of saying leave studio, she clicks end, thinking that it's her live.
I know. I don't know
No, she even said that.
I know that.
why.
But every now and then, I gotta pick on her about it.
I think it is my same thing. I don't know.
Hey, it's not a problem, and I don't mind it really.
I know.
Gives a few laughs to everybody.
Mm,
So that's always fun.
okay.
But yeah, I can pick on her the way I do. Nobody else really can. Then they got to deal with me.
That's what Finley says. Can you get the boss and you says, you done it now. You tell him.
Tammy thinks she's the boss of everything. That's why you have Tammy's laws in Tammy's world,
Hey, all.
where all of her laws pertain to everybody but her,
Uh-huh. No.
including my drills do listen to me.
It is.
My drills do talk.
I didn't say that talk.
My drills do listen.
I did listen.
No, they don't. They can't.
I'm not working with you on your lot.
Why not?
Yes, I do.
No, they don't. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Jay Lee. Or
Lily,
the other lady.
About rule makers like that. She's an expert.
yes, I am an
Right.
expert.
No.
You tell her.
She's an expert, Melanie.
I am an expert.
No, they do not move on their own.
You tell them.
No. They do not.
I'm not gonna win with it.
It's because I didn't want to leave.
Well, that's only because you side with them.
So,
I
Anything against me, you side with them.
oh my God. Oh Lord, help me, please.
You hate me. You already said it. You did just a minute ago.
I did not.
You most certainly did.
I did not.
I'll rewind the tape and
Don't
show
you
you.
rewind anything.
See?
Uh.
She's starting to say too much after you, Tammy.
I'm learning.
what, Lee?
Every time I say something, she goes, "Shut up, Lee. Shut up, Lee. Shut up, Lee."
I've been saying that for years. You just never heard it before.
Yeah.
You have never said it like that. But now it's always "Shut up, Lee. Shut up, Lee." Usually it's "Shut up, you," or "Shut up." Next thing you know, you're going to start saying, "Shut up, you butt."
That thought never crossed my mind. It has now. No, that's Tammy's.
Well, there are many cheeks that they can show up on, Melanie, so, She said it showed up on her cheek.
I heard what she said. I saw what she said.
There are 4 cheeks, one on your left and one on your right, in 2 places. Mine is showing up on places that I won't mention.
Thank you.
But that does not mean they did it on their own. That means either it fell off the pen, or when I went to pick it up playing tiddlywinks with my drills. Don't you just hate when that happens? You go to pick up a drill with your pen and it sort of like flies off like you're playing tiddlywinks?
Okay.
Well, yes, I know, Melanie, I know. Please don't. But anyway, I digress. Well, it's better than undress. My little eagle. Can you tell I like eagles?
What's on your shirt?
That's an eagle. And on the bottom is a couple of wolves. Oh,
That's cool.
Isn't it?
it's on the back, too. Digress is Lee's middle name.
Yeah. It's like a beaver.
Well, like I said, they fall off the pen, or when I go to place the drill, it pops out like tiddlywinks and it lands wherever it lands. You know, I don't give any body part any blame. Looks like a beaver.
You saw that?
Yeah,
I read it already. See how little attention you pay?
I was talking because you interrupted my talking. Yes, I can do that too.
As well as I can.
Yeah, that's only because I don't have my glasses on. It's not the right colors, but it's still an eagle,
Beautiful.
and I do love my eagles. Anyway, everybody, I think we're gonna call it a night.
Yes, he did. Totally ignored me.
Someone else is new.
That's true. He's right about that too.
But then again, you do the exact same thing to me.
I do not.
You lie like a cheap rug.
I'm not cheap about it.
You married me, didn't you?
That wasn't cheap.
Oh yeah.
Or was that when your mother was giving me money? Yeah. Take it. Oh.
Well, you have to make sure, Jay Lee, that you put a circle around the beaver so that Tammy can find it. Oh, is that not why? That's not why. Why? But yeah, as I was saying, everybody have a wonderful week.
Yes.
We will see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
I may see you next Thursday if Tammy decides to go live. Wait for it.
I don't know about that because I don't know. I have to see.
Next Thursday, honey, next Thursday is in 2 days.
This Thursday, oh no, Chloe's birthday. We're doing her birthday. So if I do that live, it'll be Friday.
Now you tell me.
Well, I just not thought of it.
Uh-huh.
I did.
Rich and Berta probably already know.
Actually, no, I haven't told anybody that now. Thank
I'm
you.
just saying, Tammy.
I don't know if I'll go live or not. It depends on what my family do. They're probably not be here, so I don't know.
Get her to autograph it. But nonetheless, we will see you on our next live, at least. And if not, you will see us on our next Whip and Chat.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least hear us anyway, if you don't watch us. Not that there's much to watch. I mean, I'm only diamond paid. And then once we get her pen, she'll get to diamond painting too. So on that note, I hope everybody has a great week.
Yes.
How do you like that? I'm not an hour and 45 minutes into the live.
That's true.
I hope everybody has a great week and a
Good night, Judith. Good night,
awesome time at GLE if we don't see you before then.
everybody.
Remember, don't try to fake it until you make it. Believe it until you receive it. Bye-bye, Jay Lee. Bye, everybody else, and have a great time.
Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you later. Toodaloo. And stream. Come on. Come on and stream.